He could barely write his own name. But he could calculate profit faster than any banker alive. People called him a brute. A man without manners. Without mercy. Yet one day, his wealth would exceed the money in the United States Treasury. His name was Cornelius Vanderbilt. The original empire builder. The man who treated business like war and never lost a battle. Before Rockefeller ruled oil. Before Ford built cars. Before Carnegie built steel. There was Vanderbilt, the man who built motion itself. He was born poor in 1794. No school. No comfort. No future. At 11, he dropped out to help his father run a small ferry in New York Harbor. The ocean was his world. Waves taught him speed. Wind taught him risk. And every passenger taught him value. At 16, he wanted his own boat. But he had no money. So he made a deal with his mother. She would lend him $100 if he cleared a field of rocks on the family farm. It was back-breaking work. But Vanderbilt had an idea. He convinced other kids to help him clear the field in exchange for free rides once he owned the boat. By the time the last stone was gone, the loan was his. And so was his future. That one boat started it all. He worked day and night. Slept on the deck. Cut prices so low that no rival could compete. Soon, one boat became two. Two became a fleet. And a teenager who could barely spell his name was now a businessman who could smell weakness miles away. When the War of 1812 began, Vanderbilt used his ships to transport soldiers and supplies. While others fought for pride, he fought for profit. By the time the war ended, he was rich. But his hunger was only beginning. He married his cousin Sophia and had 13 children. But family never came before business. He was a man of iron will and ice heart. When his wife or children defied him, he broke them. He once sent his wife and a son to insane asylums. To him, emotion was weakness. Then came the revolution of steam. Boats that could move without wind. Most ship owners mocked the idea. Vanderbilt bet everything on it. He replaced his sails with engines and his mercy with strategy. He charged less. Worked more. And waited for rivals to drown in debt. When they finally did, he bought their ships for pennies. At one point, a major company on the Hudson River paid him $100,000 just to stop competing. He took the money and built somewhere else. High society hated him. They said he was uncivilized. They were right. He was not there to fit in. He was there to win. He created a ferry line for the common man and called it the People's Line. While the rich sneered, the poor filled his boats. And Vanderbilt smiled. Then came gold. The California gold rush turned America into chaos. But Vanderbilt did not chase gold. He chased the people chasing gold. He built a new route through Nicaragua. 600 miles shorter than anyone else. Faster. Cheaper. Smarter. He made millions before most men reached the mines. But greed never sleeps. Two of his partners, Morgan and Garrison, betrayed him. They made a secret deal with a rebel government and stole his entire operation. Vanderbilt did not yell. He wrote them a letter. Just a few sentences. Gentlemen, you have tried to cheat me. I will not sue you. The law is too slow. I will ruin you. Yours truly, Cornelius Vanderbilt. He built a new company beside theirs. Cut prices to the bone. Blocked their ports. Turned every ally into an enemy. Within months, their business collapsed. Vanderbilt had kept his promise. By 60, he had already conquered the seas. But the sea was no longer enough. He saw a new power rising. The railroads. Steel tracks were replacing waves. And Vanderbilt moved again. He sold his ships. Bought rail lines. And connected them all into one colossal system. He built faster and smarter than anyone. Every train that moved made him richer. Every mile of track carried his name. He was no longer just a businessman. He was the bloodstream of America. Even as age took his body, his mind stayed sharp. When reporters waited outside his home to write about his sickness, he tried to storm out and fight them himself. He had to be held back. In 1877, Cornelius Vanderbilt died at 82 years old. He left behind $100 million. In today's value, over $200 billion. That was 1/9 of all the money in the United States. He lived like a soldier. Dressed plain. Worked endlessly. Trusted no one. And built everything. From ferries to steamships. From steamships to railroads. Cornelius Vanderbilt turned movement into money. He was hated. Feared. And unstoppable. He proved that you do not need permission to become powerful. Only vision. And the courage to move when others stand still. Cornelius Vanderbilt, the man who made America move. If you found this interesting, subscribe as there are more to explore in the next video.